Awesome, awesome, awesome. Thank you, DJ Five Star Kid. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to all of those who are listening to us live on Facebook right now. I'm asking you all, please, 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 please share this link, share this information. Oh my God, it's going to be amazing. This is our last day of 4 days of our Summer Careers Festival. Yep. This is us, First Class Foundation, in partnership with West Midlands Combined Authority. Please stay tuned. Loads of phenomenal information that's coming to you right now, live and direct. But I'm going to hand it over to the one and only, the amazing Mr. Sideman all day. Thank you for being here, Sideman. You're here.
I am here. Thank you for having me.
Awesome. I'm going to literally hand it over to you, and we're going to tag today. I'm excited. Thank you for coming back to our Summer Careers Festival. Let's go. Over to you, sir.
Well, first of all, shout out to First Class Foundation, who is in partnership with West Midlands Combined Authority to have this auspicious event that we are all in right now, #WM Strong. And today is the Get Involved Health and Wellbeing Day. And it's the last day of the fest, the last day of the festival of feelings and career opportunities and all things of that nature. Shout out to the DJ, shout out to DJ Five Star Kid. Now, all of our speakers, right? I didn't see nobody vibes in. I needed to see like a little, you know what I mean? Like I was waiting to see just a little jiggle, but you know what I mean? I guess they're just here to talk. You get what I'm saying? But thank you for everybody that is tuned in right now, that is listening on Facebook Live, or that is in the Zoom, and you know, that's seeing this after it's gone out. The entire purpose of this is just for empowering our young people and creating opportunities and allowing them to see these opportunities, because sometimes there's a lot of opportunities out there, but there's no awareness because they're on forums that we aren't accessing and that aren't as modern, you know what I mean, like pamphlets and leaflets, and that who reads pamphlets. Right now we're doing something that's online, something that's digital, something that's in the now. And we're having it on Zoom because, of course, we're living in this isolated world that we're currently living in. But in this very world that we're living in, where people are more afraid of lack of job prospects and opportunities, it's good for us to create a forum where we can talk about these things. As I said, today is about health and well-being. We're going to be having some social media influencers a bit later on, Fox Music and Adam Brooks. But today is about if you're unsure of what to do next, but you want to stay active, okay? You want opportunities to do something positive to help in your community, to contribute to social action projects and things of that nature, to stay fit and healthy. That's what today is about, okay? So we're going to get straight into it. I'm Sideman, aka Coleslaw, aka Garlic Bread, and we're going to have our first speaker, who is our first speaker actually got name changed, so let me make sure that I say the name correctly before I heard that the first speaker will beat me up if I don't say it. So from In Unity, we have Satisha. Satisha, are you there?
I'm here, and you got it right. So hey. I won't have to throw no hands today. Perfect.
Hey. Over to you.
Hi, I'm Satisha. I'm representing.
Wait. I do apologize, Satisha. We've got Princess Trust on our version first. I do apologize.
Okay. Sorry, that's no problem.
Satisha.
It's fine. I'll mute myself back. I might have to switch the hands I'm throwing now.
After we're practicing your name, you know, so long behind the scenes. Oh, God. Please forgive us. Vicky, can we hear from you, please, from the Princess Trust?
Yes, of course. I've taken Satisha's limelight. I'm so sorry, Satisha. Like, we're building up because I hear Satisha's like the main event. So,
hey,
you're like, yeah. So, hi everyone. So good to be here. Thank you so much for you guys for running this. Fantastic. Yeah, really excited to be here. And I am going to talk to you a little bit about mentoring and volunteering. So both if you want to volunteer and also if you're maybe looking for a mentor to take some new steps. So I'm from the Princess Trust. We work all over the West Midlands. We've got a centre right in Digbeth in Birmingham, heart of Birmingham, and we work all over the West Midlands, Coventry, Stoke-on-Trent, the Black Country, Wolverhampton, everywhere. So welcome. So yeah, next slide, please. So basically, yeah. So volunteering. So if you want to volunteer at the Prince's Trust, there's plenty of opportunities for you. Okay. So why volunteer? What's the sort of, why would you want to do that? Okay. So you can make a difference to other people and other young people and peers. Take on a challenge yourself to achieve your personal goals. You know, you might have hidden talents that you can pass on to other young people. We're a community, yeah. So I think everybody on this call, the organisations we work for, they know that we're a community. So be part of something wider and make a difference in your community, yeah. It's fun, okay. We have a good time, like we have a laugh. It's just good vibes, yeah. So get involved. Opportunities, gosh, loads of opportunities. So health and social care program we're recruiting mentors for that at the moment. Also you can get involved in fundraising opportunities, you know, come along and raise some funds with fellow young people. Business mentoring, do you want to start your own business, or have you got business experience as a young person that you could mentor with other young people? Come along, you know, with that, we're crying out for that. Progression mentoring, that's about goal setting your goals, helping you achieve, get into employment, you know, get into an outcome. We can help you with that. We can give you a progression mentor, or maybe you could mentor someone else if you've got that experience. And also work placement. So you want to come into our office or you want to volunteer in one of our programs, we would love that. Like, we need your experience, we need you. So yeah, like I say, there's ways to get in touch with us. I'm sure, I don't know, you know, Facebook, if you're watching right now, Prince's Trust Midlands, we're there. Get in touch if you've seen anything you like the sound of. You know, like I said, we're right in the heart of Birmingham. We're all over the West Midlands. We're here for you. We're here for young people. So yeah, time to start something and get on board with the Prince's Trust.
Sorry, I was just about to say that sounds absolutely amazing, because the Prince's Trust I've worked with myself, and I can tell you that, you know, there's just something beautiful about really feeling like people are there just to help you. And that's what it feels like with the Prince's Trust, and they help with every process of your development. And it's very good for once you've reached somewhere, once you've reached into a certain headspace, for you to pass on the knowledge of how you got there to others, because you would be surprised how much our community is so influenced by what we see and what is around us. And if we have positive role models that, you know, turn back around to stretch their hands to other people coming up, it will be such a powerful and positive benefit to them. So thank you so much, Vicky, for sharing that with us. And please, if you have the time, if you kind of sitting idle at the moment, the Prince's Trust is a great charity to get involved with, whether it is that you want a mentor, you want to be a mentor, whether you want to help or you want to be of help. Right now, it is finally your time. It's finally your time, Satisha.
Are we sure? Are we sure?
Yeah, I want to jump in and just say, I'm sorry. We're sorry. Please forgive us.
I mean, we'll see. We'll see.
Okay.
It's your time now.
Okay, let's try this again. Yeah. Hi, as you probably know by now, my name's Satisha. I'm representing In Unity today. And in Unity, what do we do? So we are running a series of workshops at the moment and projects. Create is our creative arts project. So we're delivering in schools, youth centres. It's creative arts, so it's dance, it's drama, it's spoken word, it's fashion even. So it's lots of different things. We've got Young Rum, which is our main project, because I'm sure obviously in this arena, we all know Birmingham is the youngest city. So we really advocate for that. We really want to push that. So we focus on all of the young people in Birmingham. We're predominantly based in the south of Birmingham. We've got Regain, which is it's kind of like our platform for young people to have their say. So rather than a bunch of adults coming in the room and saying what young people need, Regain is a platform where young people tell us what young people need. I'm not saying tell us, I'm still young people. Anyway, so we've got She Will, which is our female resilience program, which is put together, and it does what it says on the tin. It's working for young women and young girls to build their resilience and to just kind of learn from their experience. And we have I Am Aware, which started off as a module on our She Will program, but's kind of branched out because there's a massive need for conversations around mental health of young people. So these are the projects that we've got going on at the moment. what can In Unity do for you? So obviously I just reeled off all the projects that we do, but how can we get you guys involved in our projects? So volunteering, any of our projects that might jump out and you think, I want to get involved in that, I want kind of experience, you can volunteer on any of our projects. Obviously, you know, if you fit the bill. Mentoring. So if you just want mentoring, we provide a mentoring program, whether that be one-to-one or groups. We do training. So we offer a series of level 3 qualifications and level 2 qualifications. Some of them are accredited, some of them are just certificated, sports and physical activity. So if you just want to get involved in our sessions, most of our sessions are based around sports. So there's loads to get involved in. Employment opportunities. So as well as volunteering, that can actually lead to employment opportunities. We've actually had some young people that have started on our programs that have then gone on to become sessional workers, which leads us to work experience and regular support. Like, we're big on not just getting you involved in stuff, but supporting our young people all around, and not only young people, but staff. Like, we're big on everyone being happy, everyone being on the same page. So if there's anything like that you think I'm interested in, I want to get involved in, just hit me up. I'll give you all the details. In Unity on all platforms, or you can contact me directly, Satisha at In Unity. And there you go.
Hey, and what I like about that is the specificity of a lot of the programs that you're doing. I believe you said something about saying woman resilience or something to that of that nature, and I like that, because sometimes a lot of what we're dealing with as young people can be very, very specific, and the help needs to be tailor-made to suit that. Because maybe if you're doing something on women resilience, the last thing you would want to go and do is speak to a male mentor. Do you get what I'm saying? And so sometimes the things need to be tailor-made, and that's why I like what you guys are doing there. And that's why it's very interesting. You said any program that jumps out to you and where you fit the bill, you know what I mean? And I think a lot of growing up as young people is about finding out where you fit. Do you know what I mean? So I think that's a great opportunity that young people should get involved in, and it's great that it can lead to actual career opportunities as well. That's just a bonus. So thank you so much, Satisha, for speaking to us. We appreciate it. Hey, shout to DJ 5-Star Kid. You know what I'm saying? Providing the background sounds and them kind of thing there.
Well, what we'll do, we'll go to Carl Binns from the VRU. Carl, are you there, sir?
Yeah, can everybody hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, Carl. How you doing?
Yeah, not too bad, not too bad. Thanks for having me.
No problem. Over to you. Tell us what the VRU do and what opportunities are there. Thank you.
Amazing. So I'm hoping that some of you have heard of the Violence Reduction Unit. Some of you may not have done. So essentially, the Violence Reduction Unit is a fairly new organisation that's been set up really to kind of respond to some of the issues around violence and crime in the West Midlands. And, you know, we recognise that actually COVID-19 and a lot of the things that are happening in the West Midlands and across the country at the minute are creating real issues for young people. And we're really here to try and help. So we work across a number of different sectors. We work with partners in the criminal justice agencies, with health partners, with sports agencies, really to kind of provide opportunities, services that support young people and give them the best start in life. So we really do work to try and make sure that they have opportunities and are able to succeed. So what we have done this summer in relation to kind of our sports offer, it's a specific piece of commissioning. We tend to do this every summer. This year we have commissioned in total 28 different providers to offer sports activities right across the West Midlands. We aim to kind of engage, you know, up to 2,000 young people. So a lot of activities, and this is really broad ranging. So it's, you know, basketball, football, dance, everything that you could think of really. What we do that's a little bit different is we make sure that as well as kind of being able to engage in sports, that you're also able to link in with a mentor really. So somebody that you can kind of trust, who you can speak to about any issues that you might have, and just kind of work with that mentor to really work through any issues or problems that you've got. So it is sport, but it's sport with a little bit of a difference.
Awesome.
And I think one of the key things really that we wanted to just make sure that is really evident in this piece of work is that, you know, capturing the voice of young people, engaging with young people and really listening to what they have to say is key to this. So as well as commissioning all this activity, we're really keen to kind of hear from young people about what sort of things that they're facing, the issues that they're facing, any opportunities that they might like in terms of being able to develop going forward, so that you're able to not just attend the sports session, but okay, I want to be a coach. I want to go on and do something with this. I want to develop further. So it's about what's next, what comes after this sports intervention. So very much aimed at kind of people in areas where we know that there isn't a huge amount of activity happening, with youth clubs closing down and youth centres closing down. How do we get some activity into those spaces, but also use that as a bit of a hook to kind of then engage with young people and really offer them something that's more than just coming in and getting involved in those activities. So our website's there at the end of that slide. You can learn a little bit more about where activities are based, where you can find out about how to get involved, and I'd be really keen that you kind of check out the website. There's a lot of information in there about, you know, what the VRU is, what we do, and how you can kind of become involved with that. So I'd encourage you all to take a look.
Fantastic, Carl. Awesome. Excellent.
I really liked that, Carl, especially because the idea of a violence response unit that's not responding with aggression to meet aggression, but responding with interventive ways to avoid violence and treating people that might end up in violent situations like people and not like animals, understanding their surroundings, their backgrounds, taking that into consideration and offering opportunities to intervene rather than just to react in a punishment form. I really feel like that's a great movement, and that's why I would like to encourage people at this point to make sure that you are not just sitting there ignoring the opportunities that come. It's like, I've been saying this recently, yeah. I've been saying I'm sick of people reading, and you know why I'm sick of people reading? Because I go to people's houses, yeah, and their bookshelf is full up of self-help books, but it's people that have never helped themselves. Like, at what point are we going to start to activate, right, and have affirmative action on the things that we read about? We create these opportunities and these platforms for people to say, okay, here are some solutions, here are some methods, and here are some ways for you to grow, for you to be supported in the things that you're going through. And we can't be bothered to send an email. We can't be bothered to call up. Like, don't let this fall on deaf ears. Any of the speakers that have spoken, whether it's in Unity, whether it's Prince's Trust, whether it's the violence response unit, like, let's engage, let's write these things down. And if any of them apply to you, which I'm sure they will between the three that we've heard so far. So I think that's really, really interesting. And too many times have I seen that an experience for myself, how much things would have changed in my life if I was just aware, number one, of what opportunities were around me, and second of all, took the initiative to actually go out there and engage in these opportunities. And I'm living testimony to that. The second I started to actually take advice, to actually put into action some of the things that I'm being told, life started to change. And definitely, I went to the Prince's Trust Awards last year, and hearing the testimonies of people speaking on what they'd been through and how the Prince's Trust had helped them was an amazing thing to hear. But those people had to decide within themselves first to accept help. All right. So as the speakers are continuing to speak, let's really listen, tune in, and get involved.
Awesome. So what we're going to have next, Sideman, is we're going to hear from the Active Wellbeing Society.
Yes. So we hear from Paul Moore, I believe.
Yeah, Paul.
I went to scratch my leg just then, and a bit of my chin got really close into the shot. I apologize for anybody that had to see that. Ignore the white bits. Now, Paul Moore. Paul Moore, are you there?
Hello, I am here, yeah.
Yes, it's your time, sir.
So, who are the Active Wellbeing Society? We used to be part of Birmingham City Council. We're now something called a Community Benefit Society, which is similar to a charity. And we deliver a whole range of projects and interventions all across Birmingham and North Solihull. And all of the activities that we do are free. There's no charge for them. What have we got on offer for yourselves? We've got opportunities for you to volunteer. We also run a project called Project Brum, which is a project where we recruit students from all across the city to deliver some of our sessional activities during the summer. In terms of the things that we do deliver in the city, we run a project called Active Parks, which is all about free activities in parks across the city. A project called Active Streets, which is all about closing your road and allowing communities to come together for a short period without any traffic on your street. We've got running projects, walking projects, lots of cycling activities, lead rides. We've given away over 7,000 bikes across the city. You might have seen them, the orange ones, riding around the town centre and around Birmingham. We've got 7 community cafes across the city where we use surplus food to feed people in need across the city. And we've also got lots of projects allowing people to get more engaged as citizens as well. And increasingly, we're getting involved in the health sector. I won't kind of rehearse the benefits of volunteering because some of the people before me have covered that already. During COVID, though, we've also been involved in some other work. So we've been running an emergency food distribution centre on behalf of Birmingham City Council. We've distributed over 60,000 food parcels to people in need across the city. That's the most in the entire country. And we've had over 400 volunteers working with us on that project. And we're still running it at the moment. So there's plenty of opportunities for you to get involved in that if you're interested. And we've also had community groups make over 1,000 collections for food from us as well. And also we've been running a befriending service for people who are in need during the crisis as well. And that's all been part of a campaign called Brum Together. So we've got plenty of opportunities for you to get involved in terms of volunteering through our Project Brum, as I mentioned as well. Unfortunately, that's closed for this year, but it will be open again for next year. We've also always got lots of opportunities on our website where we're recruiting people, particularly for sessional activities. So do have a look at that as well.
No, that sounds really, really good. Active Wellbeing Society is clearly out here giving away free stuff. That's what I heard him say. I heard 1,000 bicycles. I heard about free stuff. Now, I was able to hear that even though he's coming to us from his toilet, but I heard him say that, okay? Even through all of the reverb, I still heard that. So I think we should get involved in that. And it's only my moral compass that's stopping me from coming to get some of that free food because I can afford it. But I'm telling you, the temptation there is strong. So if you want to get involved in that, I'm sure, as you've seen in the slides, that all that information is rightfully there. And if the speakers could put in the chat as well, just for ease of access, any links to how to get in contact with those organizations and what the easiest way is, that would be beautiful.
Fantastic.
Right. I'd like to go to the next speaker, who is from the West Midlands Combined Authority, the WMCA, and that is Mark Fuzzbrook. That's Mark Fuzzbrook. Mark, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Hi, how you doing?
I'm all right. How are you, sir?
Yeah, not too bad, thank you. So for me, it was wanting to look at it a little bit different, and obviously great opportunities with the Prince's Trust and Annuity and the Active Wellbeing Society, and so many different volunteering opportunities across the city and the region. But I wanted you to have a think about maybe some other individuals who might not always be able to access activity. You know, for most of us, we can probably just get out if we want to be physically active and go and jump on a bike, one of the free bikes that you can go and get from the Active Wellbeing Society, or, you know, just go to the gym or whatever. But for some disabled people, that can be a lot harder. And we know that disabled people are half as likely to be physically active. And when you put that in context of across the region, or across the country, we're the most inactive region in the country, that we all need to go out and get more active, do more to improve our mental well-being through activity. And for me, I think quite often when we talk about why disabled people are excluded or not included in some activities, it's not necessarily that people don't want to, but there's quite often that fear factor. People fear that, you know, they don't want to offend a disabled person. They think it might be too hard to engage them. There might be too many costs associated with specialized equipment or adaptations to make to facilities, etc. But quite often it's just a case of treating someone as an individual, looking at that person and treating them how you would want to be treated. I think quite often people forget that we're all human beings. We all just deserve to be treated in the same way, regardless of our race, gender, disability. It really doesn't matter. And just go out there and be nice to people. And if you can do that, you know, quite often people say, well, what if I say the wrong thing? I've never gone up to another disabled person and said, hello, Mr. Cerebral Palsy person, because I just go up and say, hi, Joe, hi, whoever, because that's their name. And we just need to consider and think of things in in that way. And those individuals are the most confident and knowledgeable about their own impairment. So they will be able to tell you how to support them. So wherever you go out and volunteer and support, is to just think about others and think about how you can engage. Include Me is looking at making a more inclusive region for the West Midlands, and there's a whole host of things that we do, from working with organisations to get them thinking about how they engage better with disabled people, through to the development of a citizens network that we're currently developing to get a real representative voice for disabled people. There's a whole host of other things that we do as well, but for me, if I take one thing for you to go away with, is think about others, think about the respect, and go out, volunteer either with the Prince's Trust or opportunities such as Park Ride, where there's inclusive cycling across the region, or other areas as well.
I hear you, Mark. Translation is stop being afraid, put your best foot forward, reach out to people. Don't be so afraid of offending people that you leave them out. Like, it kind of hurts that you even have to have even the name Include Me, like, it hits, you know what I mean? Because for you to have the name Include Me, it's like, I'm not being included. And we definitely all need to do more to make that happen. Nobody should be able to sit there and say, oh yeah, nah, I'm doing enough. You understand? We all have to look at ourselves internally and say, you know what? I could do more. I'm going to hand over to Nathan at this point. I believe he's got some stuff.
Awesome. Thank you, Sideman. Fantastic. Loving this, loving the content, loving all the opportunities that people are having and are getting to like really get involved with stuff. It's really important that people understand the power of giving back and making a positive contribution to society. It's my pleasure really to do a quick interview with our next guest, someone who I genuinely respect and just salute, by the name of Adam Brooks. Real humble guy, doing a lot of amazing stuff in our region. And Adam, are you there? Are you there, sir?
My brother, I'm here, man.
Awesome, excellent. What you do? You got sponsorship deals with some training company, or what's going on there, bro?
I'm sponsoring myself, bro. It's my sponsorship deal.
Okay, excellent. For those who don't know who you are, I know who you are. Like, just give us a sample of who you are and some of the stuff that you do.
Okay, so my name is Adam Brooks, as Nathan said. I am a mentor, educator, and coach, and I work with young people to help them to basically understand and find their purpose. I think purpose is the key to everything. Everything in life revolves around purpose for me. And so I think when a young person gets to know that, it changes how they live their lives and makes them have a better experience of life. So I go to prisons to work with young men in prison who are about to leave. I go to schools from primary to secondary, universities, and I go into companies and work with their staff in terms of letting them work around their corporate purpose and their corporate mission and how it affects each individual person. So I do loads of stuff, but my main thing is young people and purpose.
Wow, phenomenal, excellent. Reason why I'm like just saluting you and blowing your trumpet a bit is because obviously when we was reaching out for different people to get involved, you just like put yourself forward. And even when we're trying to say to you, Adam, we've got a budget to cover your expenses or time and stuff like that. He's like, nah, leave it. Just put it back into the project. And you're just been going the extra mile behind the scenes. Like, why do you do stuff? Why? I want to hear like why you do that, but also why do you think it's so important for young people to get involved? So we've been talking, we've had In Unity, Prince's Trust talking. Mm-hmm. Why do you do a lot of stuff? I know you do a lot of food bank stuff with some of the stuff that we do behind the scenes. Like, why do you get involved so much with like community?
Well, there's two ways to answer that question. The first thing is, a lot of people who are here now haven't seen Nathan, let's say 15 years ago. One of the first things I remember seeing about Nathan was, I knew him as Skifferdon those days and everything, but let's not go into that anyway. But Nathan was doing...
I can see Sideman laughing,
But let me, I'll give you some context to why I feel so eager to be involved in anything you're doing, because I've seen, and you've seen this too, bro, throughout the last few years, we've seen people come and go who get some money to do a little project here or there, use the money very sparsely on the project and really claim a lot of it for themselves, and then disappear, and the impact isn't there. But what I've seen you do is, when there was no money, you were doing the work. When there was only your money going into it, you were doing the work. When there was no support from anybody else, you were doing the work. You were helping young people when nobody else was interested in them. So your heart and your passion has always betrayed your intentions. So my investment in anything you do isn't like because I don't think it's never about the money. You've always offered me money. I'm like, bro, when I do something with you, I know that it's sowing seed in the right place. I know that when I work with you, that it's not a ticking box exercise. It's not a let's try and get some money for this and for that and for this and that. It's I want young people's lives to be better and different. And I know you share the same vision as I do with that. So for me, it's a pleasure. And any opportunity I can get to do anything that helps young people, I'll always do it. But to answer the other question, why I'm involved, is because we've both done this. We go into communities and we see young people struggling, and we see young people who have a lack of role models and they have a lack of direction. And it's like they've been left to their own devices. They've been left really, parents are working, trying to struggle to take care of them at home and try to make sure they've got everything they need at home. But then young people are like left to the world and I don't know what's next. How do I get to that next step? So when you get people like Prince's Trust and even the West Midlands Combined Authority for helping to put this on, it's like, this is saying, okay, Birmingham, for example, now we're saying that our young people are going to be the future of our city. So let's create some opportunities for them to let them see who they can be and what they can do. And doing volunteer opportunities with like Prince's Trust means that you can get to taste things and think, oh, actually, I like that. I like doing that. Or I don't. Well, then you know. I think one of the biggest limiting factors in young people's lives is the access to opportunity. So with you doing this and everyone else is involved, creating the opportunities for young people, I would say to every young person watching, grab it with both hands, try as many things as you can, and let that lead you to finding your passion and then your purpose with it.
Wow, well, Adam, loving it. The last thing I want to ask you, Adam, quickly is, let's just be real for a second. This year has been unprecedented like none other. And for many young people, they're probably like just killing time, just doing mindless scrolling on social media and stuff like that. And are probably just feeling really frustrated and fed up because for those who are going to school, had to finish school early and not sure about college decisions or career decisions, and actually could be feeling, in terms of their well-being and their mental health, they could be feeling a lot of pressure and just feeling like, what should I do? And some young people could be thinking and hearing these phenomenal opportunities that we can see as opportunities, but they're probably looking at them, well, if I'm not getting paid, I'm not really interested. Like, why do you think, from a well-being perspective, it's important to give back?
Well, one of the greatest gifts you can give yourself is giving to somebody else. It's really, it's a really weird phenomenon, but when you give to somebody else, it pays you back in terms of not just karma. I'm not talking about that. I mean, in terms of you actually create an investment in yourself by doing that. And when you're giving back to a charity or to an organization where you can contribute, what you're also doing is giving yourself access to a new experience. And whether you know it or not, you learn so much from being around people that aren't like you, that are different, that are people you've never met before. So I would say in these unprecedented times that we're in now, for young people, it's absolutely crazy that, you're going through this period of time and having very little direction and lots of changes around you that have nothing but bad stuff to happen. Like your exam results and your college applications, the uni applications, all that stuff has been crazy. So we understand and we sympathize with that. And it's okay to feel, this is jacked up. Like, I don't know what to do. That's fine. I felt that. And the world was pretty okay when I was going through it. My life was all right. Like, school wasn't like this. And so it's okay to not be okay. But you also got to remember that your life is going to be a reflection of the choices and decisions you make and don't make. So as much as you can go through stuff like this now, you still have to take responsibility for making sure that you are doing the best thing for yourself. Whether that means taking time out for yourself just to by reading a book or stay at home and don't get involved in social media, or that means taking a volunteer opportunity, or that means not going to university this year and taking a gap year while you get here together. Whatever it is that you need to do, you need to know what's best for you first, and then do that. Don't be dictated by the things that are around you, because the world is crazy. We all see that. So make sure you know what's best for you and do that.
Fantastic. Adam, I want to just say thank you so much for your time. Thank you for your contribution. Thank you for all the stuff that you do unseen and unspoken. Wishing you literally all the best for your future. Organizations that are listening from Facebook Live and that are here, please get in contact with Adam. He's quality stuff and real genuine guy and goes the extra mile. So thank you so much for everything you're doing. And we might have some time for questions after. So we might put you back in, Adam. Thank you so much. Awesome. Cool. Yeah, man, DJ, do the noise, man. Like, celebrate, do some noise. DJ 5-star Kid, I can hear you. Excellent. We're going to have a quick another interview before we have our final speaker and contributor. For those who are listening on Facebook, please don't tune off. We're literally here for the next 18 minutes. We're just trying to keep our session short and sweet. If you don't know who I am, I'm Nathan from First Class Foundation, working in collaboration with West Midlands Combined Authority. If you want to look back on some of the footage and information from the 4 days, is use the hashtag Summer Careers Festival, just so that I can see that people are listening. I want you just to type in this chat, I am listening. Everyone that's here, that's inside the actual Zoom platform, say I am listening. Actually, those on Facebook Live, I want you to just type in the chat, I am listening. And then for those who are listening to this, get the link and share it to your friends, put it into your WhatsApp group, because many times, and this is where the passion for me comes from, I am in the community, I'm in society, and many times young people are telling me there's nothing to do, or it's boring, it's long, or there's no jobs opportunities, there's no this. This careers fair that we've done online is smashing all of those beliefs. There are loads of opportunities and loads of things to be involved with. But I'm going to go over to a quick interview with Mr. Fox Music. Are you there, sir?
Yes, I'm here.
Excellent. I see you sporting the Hood Rich.
Always.
Yeah, shout out to Jay if you listen or you do see this. And we've been working with Hood Rich behind the scenes on one of our programs called the Street Smart to Business Start program, actually. And he's been dropping some gems with our students all through lockdown, sharing his story, sharing his journey of how he built that business as a young, I think he's still in his 20s, and how he started a business with £200 and literally used to do about 100 units in a month. And now has grown the business where he's able to do 60,000 units a month. And he's still in his 20s from Birmingham. A bit of fun facts for those who are listening on the Zoom and on the live. Shout out to Jay. So Fox. Yes, DJ 5-Star Kid. Who are you, Mr. Fox Music? Who are you, mate?
I'm rapper, artist from Birmingham. So yeah, I'm a musician. I touch on like mental health, touch on my struggles day to day. Yeah, that's me. Obviously, I'm entrepreneurial as well. So I was working with the Prince's Trust. I got funded to start a business. So yeah, that's me, a little bit of a background.
Awesome, awesome, excellent. One of the things that when I was doing our research with the team and we found you and you was recommended to us is someone shared me your song, Depression.
Yeah.
And, you know, we're going into kind of like the well-being part of today. And I don't know how it's been for you and for people around your circle and people you're aware, you know, you're around, but I can't imagine, but young people right now must be just going through so much because it's so, everything's been up in the air. You're told you can go here, then you're told you can't go here. You got to walk this direction. No, you got to put on a mask. No, you got to wash your hands for 20 seconds. And then they had the Black Lives Matter. And I know that's affected certain young people. Actually, it affected all communities because we've seen the global marches that are happening. What would you say, Fox, from your perspective? Like, first one actually is, like, what inspired that tune? And, you know, there's a lot of rappers out there, but I'm not seeing a lot of rappers bringing it that real, how you brought it in that track.
For me, basically, just like personal experiences. Like, I went to prison for a time and I had no choice but to kind of deal with my own emotions and learn how to cope, being away from my family, struggling with mental health anyway. But it wasn't until I was in prison and I had time to process thoughts, feelings, that I realized I did kind of have depression, anxiety and these sort of things. So when I came out, after the lengthy sentence that I received, obviously, I was sectioned 4 times for like not a long time, but like about a month, just due to like one extreme to the other, being inside and then kind of being straight out after the period. So I just felt like I had to just fly the flag for mental health really and talk about it because I wasn't really hearing anybody else talk about it. So yeah, I just kind of went in with that vibe, and like I'll get loads of messages on Instagram from fans, supporters that struggle with issues as well. So for me, like, it's just about giving back and helping people really.
Wow, that's powerful, man. What would you say to a young person now who's probably like, because you know how, especially for males in society, we are so socialized to like not to show emotion, not to say that we're struggling.
Yeah.
What would you say to a young person? Because we're going to hear from one of our colleagues, Beresford Dawkins from the Birmingham Solihull Mental Health Foundation Trust. So a mouthful. But what would you say, Fox, from your perspective, to young people who are just struggling with that, you know, being able to keep it real?
I would just say, like, obviously it's difficult now because society, like, they give you options as to what lane you can go down. Like in school, they give you options. They don't really ask you what you want to do and support you in doing that. So I feel like just your mind and your body gives you a kickback when you're not doing what you're passionate about. Do you know what I mean? Wow. So it's kind of like finding your passion and working out a way to kind of go hard towards that, and like hopefully in time find a way to, you know, support yourself financially from it. But it's like there's two types of people. You've got passion driven people, money driven people. So it's kind of just working out where you are and like how much you're willing to sacrifice for your passion. But it's like, if you're not chasing your passion and you're chasing money, there'll probably come a time where you do face depression and certain things. So I would just say, try and find your passion and try and work towards, you know, getting some income from it or whatever.
Wow. Fox Music, sir, very powerful. You touched me in my heart. Like, people are clapping in the group. Yeah, use the reaction group button if you want. DJ 5-Star Kid, I know you want to just go, brr, 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 brr. I can just feel you. I can feel you.
Yeah.
You know what, Fox Music, I want to really salute you and celebrate you, sir, for allowing yourself to be vulnerable so that other people can hear the real. Because you know, in society, you know, I'm trying to say, like, talking about depression and talking about mental health is something that we probably hide away from, and we put out the mask and we put out the image of like, yeah, I'm good and everything's fine. So I really want to say thank you. In chats, you can read back people that are saying outstanding. How can people stay connected to you and listen to you or follow you? Can you tell us about your socials, please?
Yeah, Instagram, Fox Music Drum. I'm on LinkedIn, Kane Fox. And also as well, what's important to mention is I'm trying to get set up right now like a hub. So like I said, I've got the messages from Instagram, like people that are suffering mental health, people that are self-harming, people that are sectioned, artists on the come up that want to like learn how to write songs and stuff. So I'm interested in getting support and help in setting up this hub and having a safety net for the people to come to the hub, obviously, and get support and all the rest of it. So I feel like this is the perfect time for me to kind of voice that.
Wow. Fox, stay right there, because I know this is purpose. I'm going to prove it by just asking my colleague and friend, who's actually like a role model to me, even though we work very closely professionally. Is you know, Beresford, are you there, sir? Are you there? Let's see if we can get Beresford.
Yeah, I'm here, Nathan. How are you, sir?
I'm amazing. Did you just hear what Fox was just saying? And I know your vision and the work that you're doing. Can you just explain who you are and just give some comments back to Fox before we even go into your presentation, sir, please?
Well, I'm already overwhelmed and inspired by Mr. Fox, and I'm sure at some time, I've never met him before, but I'm sure we're going to meet up, Fox, and thank you for sharing your testimony. So my name is Beresford Dawkins. I'm the Community Development Manager for Birmingham and Solihull Mental Health Trust. And just to reassure everyone, you know, the mental health situation is a real situation. And mental health stigma is one of the biggest challenges that we face in our community. People just not talking about it. So when I hear Fox share his testimony in the way that he was, that's what we need more. We look after 60,000 patients across Birmingham and Solihull, and that gives you an indication of how real the situation is. So again, mental health stigma, particularly in our community, is one of the biggest challenges. Unless we start to talk about this, I think Simon mentioned it, and also Adam, unless we start to have these kind of particular forums where we start to have the conversation, I fear that the situation's only going to get worse. But I'm here to give you some kind of hope around the situation. I want people to start to begin to reimagine themselves. Like I said, as Adam has said, this is about purpose. Fox has said this is about passion, finding your passion. Start to reimagine yourself. This is the biggest crisis that we've ever seen in our lifetime, certainly the biggest crisis that I've ever seen, and I'm pretty sure I'm the oldest guy on this whole thing. So this is the biggest crisis that we've ever seen. So it's really important to start to reimagine yourself. The fear, the isolation, some of the confusion that we've seen within our communities, the education system appears to be broken, right? And yet we're creating opportunities in this crisis. It was Winston Churchill who said, never ever lose a good crisis. So I want you to start to seize this opportunity. And if you are struggling with your mental health or your health and well-being, or just struggling, period, please understand, Birmingham Healthy Minds, I'm going to give you a number, 0121 2525. Don't suffer alone. I'll give you that number again. Birmingham Healthy Minds, 0121 301 2525. Pick up the phone now and do something. Don't wait. Start to reimagine who you are, the amazing person that you are. And you've heard Fox give a real demonstration of that. And again, remember, we've talked about the opportunities. Can you just bring up that next slide for me, please? Thank you. And what we're talking about here is resilience. We need to understand amongst the opportunities, of which there are many, unless you start to reimagine yourself. The weight of COVID is on us. We've already explained that, but start to reimagine yourself. And as you can see in the screen there, look at that elephant. You're going to be a butterfly. You're going to start to fly in a way that you can never, ever begin to manage. There is more than enough people here to support you and help you wherever you are. The opportunities are there, but unless you step up to the plate, unless you connect with somebody on this Zoom or wherever you are, myself included, that's where you're going to start to reimagine and also start to self-actualize. So whoever you think you want to be in this world or in this time or in this season, with all the challenges that are there, we've seen the fear, the bereavement, the whole thing. Start to reimagine yourself, seize the opportunity. And alongside the volunteering experiences and the apprenticeship, all key, but listen, being a qualification society. And if you don't understand that, you're going to be left behind. So again, realize who you are, start to realize and seize the opportunities. Qualification is really important. Yes, take the volunteering to get the experience, get the work experience, and also apprenticeships to get paid. But like Fox has said, get your qualification and then start to reimagine your passion. So once you've identified what that passion is, I urge you to get the qualification to back that up. There is more than enough out there, and the qualifications are available to you. So don't, those things complement each other. And I think that's probably my time up, because as Nathan will tell you, if you allow me, I'll continue to talk forever. So thank you again, James, from Combined Authority, and also Nathan for supporting me.
Beresford,
really
I'm going to ask for it. Beresford.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You know what I'm going to ask for, innit? We may not have it all together.
Of course, and I think that's the thing. The truth is about that, Nathan. Yeah. We don't all have it together.
Yeah.
Right. So let's do it together then. So yeah. I have a strap line which myself and Nathan, wherever we are, particularly when we're in a big group, and also James would know this, which is simply put, we may not have it all together, but together we have it all. And it's a simple strap line. The truth is, we don't all have it together. 1 in 4 of us are going to be affected by mental health. And in fact, I would argue that everybody on this Zoom has been through a low mood at some point in their life. The difference is you're motivated and you can think, you know what, actually I have some purpose, like Adam has said. So the thing is, if we can all say it together, I don't know how you do it on Zoom, Nathan.
So what I'm going to ask everyone to do is that we may not have it all together, but together we have it all. I want everyone in the chat to just type in, together we have it all. So we may not have it all together, but together we have it all. Beresford, thank you so much for your time. Excellent, excellent, excellent as always. Sideman, can you believe it? We're at the end of the week.
Yeah. It's been absolutely amazing, man. And I don't know, the energy in here today for me has been beautiful.
Yeah, it's been amazing, man. It's been amazing. Wow, I want to really just thank everybody, man, for being a part of this. Just like what Beresford says, you know what? We may not have it all together, but together we have it all. And that's what this is about, like 4 days of information for our residents in the West Midlands. It's just been amazing. I really want to shout out to the West Midlands Combined Authority for allowing and giving First Class Foundation opportunity. Sideman, I wanted to say thank you to you. Thank you for putting Birmingham on the map and just putting yourself out there and being a leader out there on, you know, on behalf of not just our region, but just many people, the nation, and even what you did the other day. And I kind of made a little joke, you know, Sideman, you might not have seen it, but I was like, actually, I think this careers time for you.
I'm unemployed at the moment myself, to be honest.
Yeah. But you know what, thank you for your statement and for standing up for, you know, the issue of Black Lives Matter. We really appreciate you. Have you got any thoughts and reflections from your perspective, sir, as we get ready to close?
Just in listening to what everybody said, I just feel like it's important to the first project you're ever gonna work on is yourself, man. And everything that you do in life will reflect how well you've worked on yourself. And too often when I've seen people, like when I assess people, when I'm looking at people on the come up and I assess people, the last thing I assess is their work as to whether I feel like they will make it or not, or whether they will achieve. I assess them. The first week, they could be the funniest if they're a comedian. They could be the most articulate if they're a presenter. Whatever the case may be, if you ain't, it's like Lauryn Hill said, how you gonna win if you ain't right within? So it's always about sorting out your inner first. And I feel like that's what we're on the cusp of doing. And that's why I love how Fox spoke, because there's a saying that one of my favorite presenters says that you can't heal what you don't reveal. And until we start to pull down the walls, pull down the facade, and all of those aspects of society that we've grown so used to of building up, you know, you living your best life and everything like that. Start to pull it down and start to take real hard looks at ourselves before we jump in the comment sections to take hard looks at other people. We won't ever grow. And I feel like today was all about, you know, finding avenues and methods and ways to grow. And we should all take that, not just think about, yo, yeah, that would be good for you, you know, man, that would be good for me. And I think it's beautiful.
Wow, fantastic. Sideman, thank you so much. I want to say thank you to everybody that has been a part of this #Summer Careers Festival. It was, when we first was posed with the challenge because of lockdown, at first it may seem like going online for young people, but we said, you know what, regardless if one person comes or two or 200, we still got to do it because we've got to get the information out there. We started off this week with Monday being about careers. Then on Tuesday, we really focused on further education, and we had many colleges talking about the different college courses that are out there. And then yesterday, we were really focusing on, why has it gone out of my head, employment, and job opportunities, part-time and employment routes. And then today, we were talking about getting involved and looking at well-being. I want to thank everyone for listening every day. This footage is available on our First Class Foundation UK page. Please share the footage. Please get the information out to young people. We've all got WhatsApp, I believe, unless you're using the old school black Nokia. I don't know why you got one of those ones, but we won't have a conversation about that. But yeah, I really want to say thank you, everybody, and a big shout out to the West Midlands Combined Authority, because without you having the vision and giving us the opportunity to do this, we wouldn't be here. And
a big shout out to you.
Oh, thank you, bro.
You have the vision, the original visionary.
Oh, thank you, sir. Awesome, excellent. So we're going to start live streaming. Thank you, everybody that's on Facebook Live. Thank you for listening. Please share this link, and we're going to come off the live now.